All right, let's see how sharp your dinosaur knowledge really is. Today, we're traveling back to one of the most famous chapters in Earth's history, the Jurassic Period. 10 questions, no hints, no second chances. I'll give you the statement. You decide, fact or fiction. Some will sound obvious, some are designed to trick you, and at least one might completely change how you picture the Jurassic. Think fast, trust your instincts, and keep score, because this one gets tricky. Ready? Let's test your knowledge. Question 1. Here's your first statement. The Jurassic Period began more than 200 million years ago. The answer is fact. The Jurassic Period began approximately 201 million years ago and lasted until about 145 million years ago. That means the Jurassic stretched across roughly 56 million years of Earth's history. Think about that for a moment. Human civilization covers only a tiny fraction of that amount of time. During those tens of millions of years, continents shifted, climates changed, ecosystems evolved, and dinosaurs diversified into some of the most extraordinary animals ever to walk the planet. And here's something important. The Jurassic wasn't the beginning of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs had already appeared during the earlier Triassic period. The Jurassic was when many dinosaur groups truly began to flourish. Score 1 point if you said fact. Question 2. Next statement. Tyrannosaurus rex was one of the greatest predators of the Jurassic period. The answer is fiction. This is one of the biggest dinosaur misconceptions. Tyrannosaurus rex did not live during the Jurassic period. T-Rex lived much later, near the end of the Cretaceous period, roughly 68 to 66 million years ago. That means enormous amounts of time separated T-Rex from famous Jurassic dinosaurs. In fact, T-Rex lived closer in time to us than it did to some early Jurassic dinosaurs. So what was hunting during the Jurassic? Large theropods such as Allosaurus, Ceratosaurus, and other formidable carnivores occupied Jurassic ecosystems. Movies and popular culture often mix dinosaurs from completely different periods together. But prehistoric reality had its own timeline. If you caught that one, give yourself another point. Question 3. Let's continue. Some of the largest land animals of the Jurassic were long-necked sauropod dinosaurs. The answer is fact. The Jurassic was an extraordinary time for sauropods. These massive herbivorous dinosaurs typically had extremely long necks, long tails, huge bodies, and 4 powerful legs. Famous Jurassic sauropods included dinosaurs such as Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Camarasaurus, and Brachiosaurus. Their enormous size gave them access to huge quantities of vegetation and may also have provided protection against predators. Different sauropods also had different body shapes and feeding strategies. Some could browse vegetation at considerable heights. Others were better suited to feeding closer to the ground. So the classic image of enormous, long-necked dinosaurs dominating a prehistoric landscape, that really does belong in the Jurassic. Question 4. Pay attention to this one. During the entire Jurassic period, Earth's continents looked basically the same as they do today. The answer is fiction. The Jurassic world would have looked dramatically different from a modern map. Earlier in Earth's history, much of the planet's land had been joined into the enormous supercontinent known as Pangaea. During the Jurassic, that supercontinent was continuing to break apart. Large land masses were separating, rifts were developing, ocean basins were changing, and the foundations of the continents we recognize today were gradually taking shape. This continental breakup also affected climate, coastlines, oceans, and animal populations. As land masses became increasingly separated, populations could become isolated. Over millions of years, that isolation helped create new evolutionary opportunities. The dinosaurs weren't simply changing. The planet beneath them was changing too. Question 5. We're halfway there. Jurassic dinosaurs could have walked through forests filled with flowering plants similar to modern roses and daisies. The answer is fiction. The Jurassic certainly had rich plant life, but the landscapes were very different from many modern environments. Flowering plants, known as angiosperms, did not dominate Jurassic ecosystems. Instead, Jurassic landscapes included plants such as conifers, cycads, ginkgo relatives, ferns, and other ancient plant groups. Imagine forests without the familiar abundance of flowers we see today. That was much closer to the Jurassic world. Flowering plants became much more important later, particularly during the Cretaceous. So if you picture a Jurassic dinosaur standing in a field of modern-looking wildflowers, you may need to redesign that prehistoric scene. Halfway through. How's your score? Question 6. Let's raise the difficulty. Allosaurus lived during the late Jurassic and was one of the major large predators of its ecosystems. The answer is fact. Allosaurus was one of the iconic predators of the late Jurassic. It lived approximately 155 to 145 million years ago. Fossils of Allosaurus are particularly famous from western North America, including the fossil-rich Morrison Formation. Allosaurus could grow several meters long and possessed powerful hind limbs, sharp claws, and a skull filled with serrated teeth. And it shared its environment with an incredible collection of dinosaurs, including Stegosaurus, Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Camarasaurus, and others. So if Tyrannosaurus rex is the superstar predator of the late Cretaceous, Allosaurus deserves a similar reputation for the late Jurassic. Question 7. This one catches people off guard. Stegosaurus lived closer in time to Tyrannosaurus rex than Tyrannosaurus rex lived to humans. The answer is fiction. This is where prehistoric time becomes almost impossible to comprehend. Stegosaurus lived during the late Jurassic, roughly around 155 to 150 million years ago. Tyrannosaurus rex lived near the end of the Cretaceous, roughly 68 to 66 million years ago. So tens of millions of years separated them. But T-Rex disappeared approximately 66 million years ago. That means T-Rex is actually closer to us in time than it was to Stegosaurus. Think about that. We often imagine the age of dinosaurs as one single moment. It wasn't. Dinosaurs existed across an enormous span of geological time. A Stegosaurus and a T-Rex standing beside each other might look perfectly normal in a dinosaur movie. But in real history, they belong to worlds separated by an astonishing amount of time. Question 8. Stay focused. A famous Jurassic animal called Archaeopteryx provides important evidence about the evolutionary relationship between dinosaurs and birds. The answer is fact. Archaeopteryx lived during the late Jurassic, approximately 150 million years ago, and it became one of the most famous fossils in evolutionary science. Why? Because Archaeopteryx displayed an extraordinary combination of features. It had feathers and wings, but it also retained features associated with its dinosaur ancestry, including teeth, clawed fingers, and a long bony tail. Today, birds are understood to be living dinosaurs, descendants of small, feathered theropod dinosaurs. Archaeopteryx is important because it helps illustrate part of that remarkable evolutionary story. So dinosaurs didn't simply vanish without leaving descendants. Look outside. Their living relatives are flying above us. Question 9. Almost there. The giant marine reptiles swimming in Jurassic oceans were technically dinosaurs. The answer is fiction. This mistake happens all the time. The Jurassic oceans contain spectacular marine reptiles, including creatures such as ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs. But they were not dinosaurs. Dinosaurs belong to a particular evolutionary group primarily associated with terrestrial archosaurs. Marine reptiles follow different evolutionary branches, and the same rule applies to another famous group, pterosaurs. Those spectacular flying reptiles were not dinosaurs either. So prehistoric does not automatically mean dinosaur. Dinosaurs shared their planet with many other remarkable groups of reptiles, and understanding those differences makes the Jurassic world even more fascinating. Question 10. This is the final question, and it's the one that surprises most people. Every dinosaur that lived during the Jurassic period is now extinct with no living descendants today. The answer is fiction. This statement sounds completely reasonable, but there's a fascinating problem with it. Birds are dinosaurs. Modern birds belong to the dinosaur lineage known as theropods. The evolutionary journey toward birds was already well underway during the Jurassic, with feathered dinosaur relatives and early aviolans demonstrating combinations of dinosaur and bird-like characteristics. Later, when the mass extinction event approximately 66 million years ago eliminated all known non-avian dinosaurs, one dinosaur lineage survived: avian dinosaurs, birds. And they didn't merely survive. They diversified into thousands of species found across the planet today. So when you watch an eagle soaring, a pigeon walking through a city, or a tiny bird sitting outside your window, you are looking at the surviving dinosaur lineage. The age of the dinosaurs never disappeared completely. Part of it is still here. All right, how did you do? Drop your score in the comments. And be honest. 10 out of 10? You survived the Jurassic. 8 or 9? You definitely know your dinosaurs. 6 or 7? Not bad, but the Jurassic still has a few secrets left for you. Less than that? Now you know what others don't. Hit like, subscribe to Meet the Dinosaurs, and come back for the next Fact or Fiction challenge. Because the prehistoric world was stranger, bigger, and far more incredible than most people realize. And at Meet the Dinosaurs, every fossil has a story. Every dinosaur has a world, and there's always more to discover. See you in the next adventure.